Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far, with Clayster continuing to hint about what the subliners roster is going to be ahead of CDL 2022. We have Shotzzy definitely implying that if the opportunity arose, he may well leave Call of Duty at some point in the future. Very much enjoying your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoy the video, subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. I've already up to the channel, thank you very much indeed for doing it. It is free after all. This firstly from Prestinni. Rumours going around, I mean not really well founded right now, but still, some people are suggesting that because Prestinni is now living with his brother, could it be possible that he comes in as the substitute for Atlanta FaZe? There certainly has been some discussion about that, right, given the fact that Simp has left their substitute bench of FaZe and gone to Seattle Surge. They probably need someone. Will Prestinni get a starting spot after the difficult couple of years that he'd had, especially this past season on Seattle Surge? Maybe that makes sense. Definitely a very versatile and useful player if they want to bring him in. This other was also kind of funny as well. So Scump was attending the Philadelphia Eagles game against the Dallas Cowboys. This picture on the right hand side here is just fantastic. You got attached, maybe you can't quite see Scump on the screen here, but you can see attached, you can see Puckett, Major and Hex of course attending this match, and I even saw this actually from Dalton Schultz, I guess a player for Dallas Cowboys, saying sorry to Scump, which I thought was pretty funny. And of course some people were saying, well, okay, like because of course Scump is supporting the Philadelphia Eagles, so you know, it's saying apologies really to Scump for actually defeating them in this matchup. But yeah, okay, some people are now saying OpTic Dallas confirmed playing for Dallas, of course, and all the implications that carry along with that. Of course, not too much has happened in the Rostermania side of things lately, as the flanks say right here. I'm kind of surprised we haven't heard more rumours about what Washington are trying to do, what's happening there, what maybe Paris they're thinking about, because I thought even some of these teams, the likes of London and subliners, for example, may well have confirmed what's going on right now. But the longer we leave it, the more likely it becomes that some of these teams, maybe something falls through, right? If a big organisation does come into play, then all of a sudden some of these rosters we believe are going to be the case could potentially fall through and players might get signed elsewhere. If a big organisation comes in with a big bag, if the contracts haven't been locked in yet by some of these pro teams, as it doesn't seem like is necessarily the case. As well, Doug Center Martin says, right, they're having a great time in the moment, which is of course great to see, but Yee's in the replies, brought on as a substitute for the Florida Mutineers last year. Doug comes out in the replies, you're next up, we got to get your championships up and your bank account too, because there was some kind of rumours that Center was kind of leading into, that he was going to be joining Florida, and we don't really know what's going on with the Mutineers right now. We imagine they're kind of cooking something up, but apparently Yee's may well be joining their starting team, if indeed they do want to bring him in, with of course Neptune potentially going the other way to an organisation such as the Subliners. This we'll talk about in a second here, from the, HaLo Esports announcing a kickoff event towards the middle of December, but as Clay says here, me and Neptune need to. Clay, I'm pretty sure, paid HaLo like way back in the day, of course Neptune from HaLo as well, definitely heavily hinting, right, that these two are going to be teaming up for next title on the Subliners, as we imagine it may well be the case. This also I thought was entertaining from Duck in the replies, you know, go win that comeback and win a COD major would be iconic. Definitely, also maybe saying that, yeah, okay, these two are going to be teaming up, right? But this is the thing, HaLo, like, they seem to be doing things the right way. $250,000 starting prize pool in mid-December time. This is where we would love to see things happen for Call of Duty in a similar way. I'm pretty sure Halo Infinite comes out right at the start of December, and within like 3 weeks they're doing an event. This is what we need to have for COD, right? The game comes out at the start of November. We need an event start of December sometime, but whether the CDL want to do it, I don't really know, but it would be great to see. Now, like, as they say right here, this is what's going on. Like, we got a big prize pool. A lot of like Halo pros and obviously current Halo pros, but also former Halo pros are looking at this thinking, damn, that would be really fun to attend and give it a good go. So Halo seem to have the right idea right here, and of course, look, Call of Duty's been bigger than Halo for quite a while now, but still Halo was the king, no doubt, back in the day, and a load of players came over from Halo to Call of Duty, or at least tried to make that transition over time. You look at some of the greatest players of all time, Crimsix, I mean, of course, Formula, of course, a famous example, Enable as well. You've got Neptune coming over recently, Shotzzy as well, most certainly, plenty of other players as well that played Halo for a relatively long period of time, if not a very long period of time. Frosty, of course, that we talked about just a couple of days ago, coming over to COD and having, some of them having fantastic success, some of them mixed success, no doubt, and then, some of them went back to Halo. But certainly that's been the thing, right, between Controller Esports, the overlap there between Call of Duty and Halo, and Call of Duty is obviously, especially with the franchising coming into effect, right, has definitely had bigger pricing. At the same time, though, with Halo Infinite coming out, there's definitely been a lot of interest from organisations to get back into Halo Esports, and, I mean, look, as long as the prize pool stays in the favour of Call of Duty, and Call of Duty remains the bigger esports, we imagine some of the players that could well play both are going to stay in the COD scene, but that's not necessarily going to be the case. Of course, Shotzzy has been having a fantastic time on the beta, right? I mean, we saw this clip was absolutely ridiculous on the Halo Infinite beta, but I mean, this guy's ridiculous. He could play any title, and we know from what he said in the past that, like, Halo is his game, right? That's the game he prefers. Obviously, he likes Call of Duty as well, but if he had to choose if all things were equal, I think, in terms of like what prize pool is looking like and the competition and like, would he prefer to play, the answer would probably be Halo, especially when we look at this clip I'll share with you guys here in just a second, where he's effectively saying, look, I wish I could go back and compete at this Raleigh event, and maybe he even will, right, because if it is before the season begins for Call of Duty, maybe he could just go and attend it with some sort of pickup team or something and have a good time, and you know, he kind of wishes he could compete in both Halo and Call of Duty at the same time, and well, maybe that's a question mark for this future OpTic team.
Shotzzy, you going to Riley? Bro, you talking about the first event? Dude. Oh my gosh, I wish I could compete, dude. Bro, I wish I could literally just play both, man.
I mean, he's good enough to. I wouldn't, if he's got time, go for it.
Bro, it'd even be fun just going with like a pickup team, dude, to be honest. Like, bro, I just like, dude, the thing is that
This, for example, is what Shotzzy says back in April here, where you know, I'm truly a Halo kid, right? Shotzzy said this a number of times, that if, like, you know, he's obviously from Halo, won the World Championship in Halo 2018, if everything was equal between Call of Duty and Halo and everything, he'd probably go back and play that game. And you wouldn't blame him, right? Because I think that, you know, that's what he grew up on, that's his favourite game, totally makes a fair bit of sense. So that, of course, is a bit of a concern, you could say, for a team like OpTic Dallas, right? If they do come into effect and this confirmation comes through, Scump, Dashy, TJHaLy, like, you want Shotzzy, I guess, to be your piece to build around. That's really the thing that Dallas have tried to do, Dallas Empire and Envoy as an organisation, since they brought Shotzzy on for Modern Warfare, was like, okay, yeah, Shotzi's going to be our guy to build around, and we were even hearing from Crimsix, right, that Shotzzy was kind of, you know, like, he seemed pretty happy to drop Crimsix in a sense, like, this guy seems pretty cold-blooded, and, you know, like, if it was between Shotzzy and Crimsix, like, the greatest player of all time, who you're going to keep if you're Dallas, like, Shotzzy would be the answer, I suppose, because he's right at the start of his career, with that loads more potential for what he can do in the future. So, that's the thing, Shotzi's the guy you want to build around, and that's why OpTic Dallas seem to be making an incredibly intelligent move, putting together a roster something like this. At the same time, though, if all of a sudden Halo becomes pretty big, we see a lot of organizations coming into play on the Halo side, like, it's not like franchise quite like it is in Call of Duty, but big organizations are no doubt getting involved, big name players as well, and the prize pool 250k for a kickoff tourney, that's not too bad, right? So all of a sudden, if Shotzzy's made enough money from Call of Duty and wants to go back and play Halo, like, it's not out of the realms of possibility he could go ahead and do that, right? Especially with OpTic Dallas potentially being affiliated with Envy, go and join the Envy like Halo team or whatever. Maybe that's something you'd be interested in doing, and especially if the prize pool starts aligning or Halo Esports starts to make a bit of a comeback, it maybe is a bit of a concern for OpTic Dallas going forward and what their Call of Duty team could be if Shotzzy maybe, well, is going to jump ship at any particular moment. But yeah, certainly very interesting. This I thought from Hitch, I thought was pretty spectacular to see a $40,000 off-season series he's putting together. So a World War II throwback on October the 7th, that's going to be 5k, another 5k for a Modern Warfare throwback just a week or so after that, then a $15,000 Modern Warfare Pro Mod tourney, kind of like what we saw yesterday with the show match, and then $15,000 Classified tourney right at the end of October, as you can see right here. I'm hoping this is some sort of Black Ops 2 tourney. I guess we will see, but I mean, like, it's great to see Hitch putting this stuff together. Absolutely kills it every single offseason. It's just fantastic, and as ILLey says, yeah, he's pretty happy about it. You were getting after it yesterday, says Hitch. Excited to see you in these, no doubt. The grinder, that is ILLey, will be back in business for some of these tourneys. This I thought was pretty interesting from the COD League CDL trivia. Which of these players had the highest shot accuracy during the CDL 2021 season? Was it Standy? Was it Vivid? Was it Hydra? I went for Hydra. The actual lowest percentage answer was Vivid, and that was indeed the correct answer. It's an interesting kind of statistic, really. I mean, this is a very impressive 41% accuracy is just outrageous, but it is an interesting statistic because it doesn't necessarily quantify precisely what, you know, how good you are as a player in terms of how accurate you are. Because let's say you're a guy like Simp, you're probably hitting the most shots out of anyone in the entire league, but you might be shooting a lot of bodies at the same time, right? That's going to drag down your accuracy. So that's the thing, like, Simp's accuracy may honestly have not made this top 3 or whatever, like, the leaderboard exactly is, just because he was shooting a lot of bodies. Also, if you're doing a lot of wall banging, right, let's say you're an assault rifle player, you might be, you know, firing through a lot of walls, that's of course going to reduce your accuracy. So of course, I guess, like, in the gunfights you're actually trying to take and trying to win, then maybe those are the situations. It's tough to quantify exactly how much this means as a statistic, but still pretty interesting, right? You look at Hydra, of course, he's going to be on New York next year, we imagine. Standy confirmed is going to be on the Minnesota Rokkr next year, both arguably, like, in the top 10 ballpark of players, and Vivid in the same category in terms of accuracy is finding himself without a spot, at least as it stands at the present time. This I thought was ridiculous from Lyman. Regular Simp career card update, which you know, we've obviously been talking about Simp's career for quite a while here, but this guy is absolutely outrageous, especially because he's been playing COD for like 3 years. Look at these stats. He's played 19 events, 15 of those he's made the finals in, 8 of them he's won. Of course, you can look at like the home series they're having in Modern Warfare, kind kind of questionable events, but it is what it is. Can't really do much, you know, you can only play what's in front of you, I suppose. Average placing is just under 2. I mean, this is just ridiculous. He has an 82% chance of winning a series if you look at this series win-loss. I mean, a 1.22 at champs, over $1 million earnings. This guy has barely started his career, and already the numbers are just simply out of this world. This, of course, on the Atlanta FaZe side, I thought was pretty interesting. So experience managing social media accounts. They're effectively looking for a new social media manager. If this suits your guys' interest and experience, then maybe give it a go. I think they maybe want more experience than they're kind of implying here in the tweets. But yeah, maybe check it out, see if you want to give it an application if you're interested in that sort of thing. It's cool to see jobs coming up like this from, well, especially Atlanta FaZe right now. I'm pretty sure they had a massive growth last year in their following a lot across pretty much all social medias. And that kind of happens when you're winning a load of tournaments, right? And well, this I thought I'd just finish up with real quick as well. Thought it was kind of cool to see this, like a week in the life of Hex, OpTic, and Deserto did this documentary, kind of yeah, looking behind the scenes. I was kind of waiting for this to get confirmed. I haven't quite got to watch the entire thing yet, but I'm going to give it a go probably, well, some time later today. But very much intrigued to get your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really upset the YouTube algorithm. If you enjoy this content, other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you much as always, take care, and I will see you next time.